Yeah.
Man versus wild.
And it was wild yesterday. Man, was it wild. Oh, we had a good time. Got Rich coming in the back door. Right here.
Hi man, how's it going? You ready to go eat some breakfast?
Yeah. We are. We were waiting on you. We're hungry.
I think about pushing the envelope a little bit. I remember Lance Copa and I climbing the top of Mount Elbert and just getting shy of the peak, and we'd been hustling for hours that day, and the storm was coming in, and Lance was like, we got to keep going, we got to get to the very top. And I was like, man, I said, today's not a good day to die on a mountain. And sure enough, that storm came in and it was blowing snow, and we were running, for 3 hours running downhill trying to get off that mountain. And that's a great memory of, pushing it. Stephen St. Clair and I climbing Twin Peaks, which is just on the other side of Elbert years later, having some tumbles and rolls and falling down the side of the mountain and some rock ledges, and Stephen getting to the top and he wouldn't stand up. I was trying to get his picture. I was like, stand up, man. He's like, no, man, just take the picture. And he's sitting down and he's all hunkered down. And those were some fun times. And man, there's just so many of them. It's hard to pick a favorite trip, because there's something that I find in each trip that is a great memory and something that I hold on to. And I feel like I've been very lax about documenting, a lot of those things so that they're saved. And
if you thought back to through, I guess, since 1999, some of your either favorite moments or a favorite trip or anything that sticks out.
Wow. Different things stick out. The first one here, 10 years ago, this is the 10th trip for me. Well, 9th trip, because I only missed one, because I couldn't, the one time I couldn't come. But first one stands out just because it was kind of the awakening to all those things I was just talking about, of why it's important and what the May Club means. That awakening, that all those years I'd gotten busy in life and lost track of it. Getting back out to nature and realizing how important it is to really just appreciate what we have around us. That was the first trip, Then there was that trip in 2000 when we had the lightning storm. Punctuation marks on these trips sometimes are very, very dramatic. When you sleep through a lightning storm and you wake up the next morning and find 10-foot burn circles around trees that are just in the campsite next to you, you remember those things. Boy, what else have we done? Learning things together, hiking in the mountains, touring through canyons, rappelling, kayaking like we did last year. Never gone surf kayaking. All the firsts that we seem to have along the way that we set aside the time. Let's try something. Let's do it together. Each year seems to have something special. How cold it was when we went water skiing in Lake Ouachita the first time we went there, jumping off that boat, and it was just as cold as it could be. You remember those things, and those are memories you take with you. There's not any one, and that's why it's so important that you always come back, because each year has something that's special that way.
Something I have started doing is when you go off on an experience like this, you kind of get a little bit more introspective. And, I've got 2 journals that I keep now in my briefcase, and one I keep for my daughter and the other I keep for my son. And so when something just strikes me, I start writing in it, so it's something that I can give them later on, and they'll know, at times when I really had time to think, what I was really thinking, or life application. And this is a time when I get a lot of those things. 2 nights ago I was, just went into the bedroom and just started writing things down. Was telling my daughter how important it's going to be when she has a husband to let him go off with the guys and spend time with his friends, and that will help her relationship, and stuff she wouldn't get now at 8 years old, but if she reads that 15 years from now, hopefully it'll mean something to her. So lots of memories, lots of great